So the next section of our course is about transparency and refraction. And for that, I'm going to create a simple plane to show you how I can use maps to create transparency. And I have this V-Ray material, and I'm going to add a bitmap. And I'm going to add it to my refraction map. So you can see already there that is refractive. I'm going to put my diffuse channel as a different color just to make it obvious. And I haven't applied it so far. So I'm going to apply it to my material. And I don't see really the bitmap. I can click on the map, not on the material, and see it there. And now if I render, you actually see that everything that is white here is transparent and everything that is black is not transparent. So I'm actually going to invert this map here at the bottom on the output. I'm going to invert it. And now you see that the white parts are actually a hole on this. This is very useful when you want to put fences or little details and don't want to model the geometry. And now let's go to the main uses of refraction. I'm going to erase this and open some objects that I'm going to use for glass. Okay, and open my material, and I'm going to call this glass. And now for glass, the first quality of glass is that it's reflective. Okay, that's already there, and I'm going to check that it's reflecting. Yes, actually pretty much almost white, because most of the glass is actually completely soft in the surface. And then for it to be transparent, I have to have my refraction in white. And again, white would be 1 and 0 is black. And now I have to take these objects and apply my material. Okay, and if I actually don't see the edges, I wouldn't see my objects. So this is why I was telling you that for some objects, we need to keep rendering to see what's going on. So if I open right now my V-Ray frame buffer, I see that this is behaving more like a marble and this like a glass. And what I want to do now, let's say I want these objects to have, this glass to have color. I'm just gonna copy this, okay, and add this material to the bottle and the sphere. I don't do it on the diffuse or reflect or refract. I do it on the fog color. I'm going to make it an olive green. And if I open my V-Ray frame buffer, I can observe the following. Okay, my sphere is really dark and my bottle is actually quite light. And the more saturated the color is, the more saturated or dark it is actually. And even if I take the multiplier down, it's not going to be that obvious in the sphere. It's just going to be obvious in the bottle. Okay, so for me to have a light color in the sphere, I can leave it in 1 if I want. And I have to actually make it lighter here. But of course, you're going to see how it's affecting a lot less the bottle. And now I start seeing it light here. So I'm going to back to have this color on my bottle. I want like an olive green. And it's starting to look more like some kind of white wine bottle. So another thing to keep in mind with the materials is the max depth of the reflection and the refraction. By default is 5. If I'm trying to see through these glasses, I might not see all the way to the end, and it's really important when I have a lot of details in the scene. So I can increase the max depth, and the same with the reflection. I would usually at least have 10. Okay, but of course this requires more processing time. Another thing, to make my glass look a little bit thicker, I'm going to create another material for the marble. And this I'm going to make it a red marble, okay? And I want my marble to look thicker, so that I do in my IR value. Okay, and that's gonna be it for the glass and the transparency.